What's going down, everybody? It's your boy Big Drewski.
It's Stacks. Oh shit, Smoke.
Smoke is helping the session this evening.
You know what? With this berry one, that oat flavor it's nice.
Okay.
I like that roasted oakness in the back. That wood feel.
Ooh.
I think we're gonna do the clone and then we're gonna pack a few of these.
Hey.
'Cause I want to see how this is gonna hit with regular bud.
So, everybody, welcome to another edition of What
Are we doing?
Dog, what are we doing?
You know what?
We're doing a lot today.
We've been doing a lot this week.
There's been a lot of movement.
We had a one-parter for the 4th.
4th of July. The Independence Day special.
Yes. We had Friday's episode, as usual, before that.
Ta-da!
And back again this week, folks.
Man.
How do you love it?
How you love that?
That sweet, that nasty, that...
So anyways, folks, we've got a lot to tell you guys this week on What Are We Doing. We've been making a lot of moves. If you've been following us on Instagram, that's at @WhatAreWeDoing_podcast. You'll see a few things that have gone down.
What? Follow us on Facebook, too. Elevated Lifestyle LV.
Follow us, please.
We tend to forget about trafficking towards our main channel.
So on our Facebook page, you'll actually find the link to our merchandise. We have a CBD branded, Elevated Lifestyle branded t-shirt, hoodie, cell phone cases, and hat pins that are through our Spreadshirt store. So you'll find the links on our Facebook page for
Elevated Lifestyle LV.
And that's our actual brand, folks.
You'll find us branch off of that.
So that's what this is. This is a branch off of the Elevated Lifestyle brand. And as a brand, we do have to do things. But I like that we're of a more transparent show, so we can actually tell you guys what's going on.
Yes.
So,
these days, you have to be. You have to have multiple hustles at the same time to get anywhere.
True.
Because let's face it, even if we did give everybody minimum 15 around the country and did not go inflation, we'd still be hurt.
True.
That's just enough to get by. Now you got to think about your bills.
True.
Now you got to think about eating. I mean, I don't know about everybody else out there in our country, but my goal is to get off of assistance. Self-sufficient. So even if I got to grow my fucking garden all year round,
which you'll be able to do soon.
Which we will be doing soon. Elevated garden, folks. And I'd prefer to do that instead of going to the store and buying all these, as far as I know, synthetic nowadays.
Right.
Because I can't trust even the lettuce they give us.
True.
And that's a sad thing.
And we've got a nice little special email from our sponsors, Mostly Safe Micro Grows.
Yes.
So it reads, "Cheers, gentlemen. It has been a busy few weeks and more is on the way. Your efforts in growth in podcasting and making positive waves among the interweb, and you are continuing to advance at an amazing rate. I congratulate you on joining iHeartRadio and expanding your listener base, as well as continuing with your grows. Speaking of grows, we have the beast on the way."
Folks. What a surprise.
It's like Christmas came motherfucking early.
Because we weren't anticipating it this
Not
early.
this early.
No,
I had another month. Yeah, like in my mind, I had another month.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue. The
Shout out
beast
CJ.
is en route and should reach you by Wednesday. This is the Rain Man Space Bucket with the light shields. Now, side note, you know who those light shields were inspired by? Your boy. So on my grow, because mine is all built in, I figured a light shroud with not only direct air either in or out, but especially for escaping light or light leaks, light coming in, it'd be better to build I did mine out of cardboard. Just a little cardboard, like half box.
Basic little
with the airport
shield on it.
Kind of lay it down, taped it all down, and there it is.
Yeah.
And so when I hear that we're going to get a bucket with something that we inspired,
yes, just like the carbon filters. Remember, we were talking about that on what was it, episode 2 or 3?
Right. And then somebody asked, and then with the carbon, you do carbon filters on your space bucket grows.
Yes,
it's as easy as just making an adapter,
pretty much,
to put it on
straight into.
So what we're going to do for you guys, folks, as CJ's asked us, we're going to take the time to really evaluate the entire processes of unpacking and assembly and then getting started.
Yeah.
Now, we're being provided with a 180-watt UFO LED, so it's a bit more powerful than the 135-watt that we have. So, greater yields.
We'll see a big difference.
And this should stage us perfectly if we decide to do perpetual grow. What the? See, do you not know us, bruh? Do you not know that's the first thing we said? We didn't even think about putting the other one in the flower. We said, all right, let's go to another seedling with more power on that mother. Okay? With the nutrients already getting hooked up on it. Dog, we already there. Already there.
We're just a little bit ahead.
Like, as soon as we see you, we saw you say that. Boom.
So great minds think alike.
Great minds do think alike. They're also providing us with some grills for our fans because A, there's some big fans, and B, they don't want us getting our fingers slicing off while harvesting our plants.
Thank you. Although I do have 9 more.
So, what we're going to do for you guys as listeners is we're actually going to do an unboxing as if we bought this like we were a customer off of their Etsy store. So there is going to be some assembly required, like attaching the UFO LED like to the spacer and so forth. Understandable. That for me gives it I can actually give you a true review of your product and of your capability. Because then if I have to put it together and make it intend to work as you made it, that tells me at the end of the day, your product is quality. It's not just something that's going to be mass produced and pushed out.
Not yet, anyways.
No, we're just going to partner.
No. It'll mass produce as soon as we pick up that business.
No. That's what I said. We're just going to partner. See, I know you listening. So, we're going to look after this year and all this growing and all this harvest and all these podcasts and hopefully a video.
Have to sit down and just TP session one time.
No, so there one of these days.
There's smoke clouds.
His wife and I are going to travel to Vegas so we can all break bread.
I saw that.
And smoke a bowl as the God intended.
Yes.
In service, CJ Cummings. Thank you, bro.
Man. We're going to have to make that a special session right there.
Dog.
That's going to be a special session.
Since there is assembly required, this is going to be a sativa session.
Yes.
I'm already knowing because we're going to have to put this thing together. We want to put this thing together the correct way. We want to test out every aspect of this beast that we're going to get with no light leakage, fans, the works.
It's really going to get pushed to its limits.
Especially being out here in Vegas. And
it's already going to
and knowing that we kind of run. Now, I'm running a more hot, humid area now with the swamp cooler, which I'm noticing my soil stays moist. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't dry out because of the natural heat in the plant. So, I'm having trouble now gauging how much I should water. So what I've been doing, like on the seedling for right now, tell me if you think this sounds right. I've mixed up the newts.
Yeah.
Got them all good and ready. I'm only giving it a quarter of the gallon though. Just light. Just getting the water re-moist, but hitting it with the nutrients. Leave it alone. A couple of days later, I'll hit it same amount, but just water.
Okay.
Until I start notice that it's actually drying out every few days. I'm going to hit it with nutrients, then water.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because
it's similar to what I was doing with the Super Thrive when I first got it. Because I didn't want to overdo it.
Right.
And shock the roots.
Right.
So I mixed up a gallon of it, and it says a quarter of a tablespoon.
Right.
Quarter of a teaspoon, something like that, per gallon. So mix it up right, left it to sit cook. And once I noticed the change was when it really got growth on it. Now that's because it was that sativa, so it really got that length into it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of depressing times.
But we're coming back, bro. We're coming back.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. This gives us a chance to do another Granddaddy Perp cross from Oasis Cultivations.
Yes.
Not to be confused with
Dispensary.
the Oasis Dispensary, but Oasis Cultivations, who shot us some lovely, as you can see the growth.
Yes.
Lovely seeds. If you're on, now I'm gonna repeat this. I'm gonna always repeat this. Follow us on Instagram at whatarewedoing_podcast, because you'll see the pictures that we're going to be talking about in reference to.
Yes.
I'm showing these to David because I have experience with these plants. So I want him to look and evaluate and see what we're talking about with. So,
I follow always.
Okay, so you saw the root development from seedling stage.
Yes.
That was all the seedling nutrient regimen mixed gallon.
Okay.
That's all I fed it.
Okay.
But my runoff was damn near instant. Like, it was like hit the soil, drip. So I was hitting it a few times.
Yeah.
Letting it. But then I didn't realize.
That's the same idea I had with this. When I did the sherbet.
Okay.
I had it in the little neck. Had it going, so I plopped it in the cup, threw some dirt on it. But when I poured it with the Super Thrive on it, which really had it burst out the shell, it would drip all the way down real fast. So I said, fuck it. Put a couple holes in it so it wouldn't mold up.
Right.
And I let the cup catch the drip. I wanted to fill up, re-pour it on there, and let it really saturate as much as it needs.
Right.
So then the next time I water it would be water. Just so that it wouldn't get dependent on the extra stuff. And
right.
Really keep it on that water.
I think
pretty much like a double boiler.
Yeah, see, it's so hot out here that water just evaporate up so fast. You don't realize it.
I come outside so much though.
Yeah, so you tend to yours.
I catch it before it even gets halfway.
Right.
But I do notice how much it dries up, which is what I wanted, and that's why I poked the hole so it would not catch no mold.
Right.
Because that's what killed my sativa clones.
Yeah.
Was powder mold.
So that's from the seedling.
That's today?
No, this is a recap. This is from seedling to transplant.
I didn't see this picture.
Yeah, so that's what I was telling you about that on the Independence Day special. That's the root growth.
Yeah.
That was coming out of the bottom of the cup.
Yeah.
All it had been fed, its whole seedling to that stage, was the Nectar for the Gods nutrient seedling.
That's
clone
what I see
mix.
right here.
That's it. That's all it was getting. No water, just nutrient water.
Yeah.
I crack open the cup. That's the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You see the roots?
I'm gonna need you to mix me some for this sherbet.
Bro, your sherbet's going in a fucking space bucket, my nigga.
Man.
That's the transplant day.
Yeah.
Right? And then every picture you've seen from then on has been from transplant.
Okay.
The first day, I watered it with a little bit of its seedling mix, just so it would still kind of acclimate to where it was at.
Mm-hmm.
To get the rest of the soil kind of used to that. And then today, I hit it with a 1/4 gallon of early veg newts. Went right to town. Since I had been already feeding her newts her whole life,
yeah,
I figured it would be best to continue. Now, not go heavy, but continue. Like I said, we've got the really moist soil already. It stays in a pretty nice moist environment. It does get hot, but then it cools down just like it would in nature. LEDs on it. So I figure just keeping it with what it's already used to with such root development.
In that environment. It's
already used to sucking in those nutrients.
Exactly.
And just get nice and strong. Because
breathing so good.
Yeah.
Especially out here for this weather that it'll definitely during harvest it'll show its what's the word I'm looking for?
Potential
over all the other product out there.
That was 3 days ago.
Okay.
Transplant was 3 days. Hold on. So here we go. So a day ago, after I check on it.
Yeah.
On that.
Loving it.
Now on the LED grow, kind of explain to the listeners, because if you've seen the pictures, you know what we're talking about. We're looking at the one that was posted a day ago, about how we like the LED grow. Me personally, I've never seen a plant grown under LED.
Me either.
So to see
the progress,
go
to bush.
This.
Yeah. It's already bush.
And when I say this, the thing's only like 2 inches tall, and it already has 2 different nodes of inner growth.
Yes. That are bushy.
Yo!
They are bushy, folks.
Like, this thing is a squat little bush that is just
gonna produce.
Killing the game. Like, I don't like.
Definitely gonna have to make a baby.
Bro.
Definitely.
This one, yeah. We might have to keep her alive from a clone standpoint once she gets a little bit bigger. And we can force one in the flower and then in the re-veg. Because, golly, this thing right now is looking beautiful.
Yeah.
Now,
wonderful.
Now the CFL build, another one that's kind of it came back, bro.
Yeah, it has.
Like,
especially after that heat wave that we're still in.
Yo, as of recording this right now, our heat wave is actually just ended. We had a excessive heat warning until 9 p.m., folks. It's now 9:20, so we're still in the butt end of that. But
we're just now starting to cool down
from an excessive heat warning.
You know, I'm gonna just spray the whole yard and the house down. Get it as cold as possible.
Right. Let that moisture hit at night, dude, and just cool down everything.
Try to.
But
produced by Harry Fry.
I don't know, man. I'm with all this like short squat growth.
Yeah.
His Instagram name is @MRSHITELLA. He hit me and said, "Don't chop her head off until like the 6th node, 5th node.
Okay.
Mostly safe." CJ said did kind of the same thing within that range. They were like the 6th. So it was like between the 5th and the 8th nodes. So I'm thinking like the 6th.
Maybe 7th.
But
6 to be safe.
Okay. From the side. Where are we at already? Like, if you really count it, you got that inner growth 1, 2, 3, 4. We're already at 5. And the thing is an inch and a half tall.
Yeah. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little more.
By tonight, this thing's going to be taller.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
By the time I get home,
yeah,
and
Space
check on both of them,
yeah,
and yeah, this thing's already going to be at the point where I'm going to be like, do I really need to hit another spacer already?
Yeah,
because I want to keep it in the sweet spot of its light, but I kind of want to push it to where to see how resilient this cross strain is.
Yes. Test it.
Give it a little bit of stress.
That's always good. That's always good.
Nature's going to happen.
A little stress, yeah.
Like in nature, stress is going to happen.
Exactly.
So I want to emulate that.
Yeah.
Little stress. So I might leave like a spacer on a little bit longer than
struggle and wiggle to grow.
Or not even that. Like see like if that heat, the cooling, the moisture of the soil, if it's really going to open up its stoma and cool itself down. Now that we're working in a water-cooled environment,
yes,
there's a lot that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? That humid environment growing. So, but even then, like, even now we're using nectar for the gods' nutrients for its nutrients. From what I understand, these are organic nutrients, just bottled. Yes. So people, I know there's a lot of hate on the bottle nutrient movement, but I'm going at the recommendation of my sponsor, and then I'm using my sponsor's recommendation to read the actual recommendation from them. So right now we're feeding early veg. We're feeding her 2 teaspoons of Medusa's Magic, 2 teaspoons of Gaia Mana, 1 teaspoon of Athena's Amneas, 1 teaspoon of Demeanor's Destiny, 1 teaspoon of Herculean Harvest, and 1 teaspoon of Zeus Juice. And no foliar spray. Recommended pH is 6.1 to 6.3. If people are checking their pH.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I've per se been following all the rules of cannabis, but I know everybody's saying pH is important, and I know it is. Yeah. Problem is, Vegas water reads way different.
Yeah.
Under a pH meter. So, by following the recommended dosage, I'm actually doing pretty good. And that's without having to change the pH at all.
Yeah.
So
I've always wondered what our water reads. Because
it's high, bro.
It definitely tastes like shit, and you can smell it.
Yeah. pH in our water is high. I'm not going to disclose that, but our water is high. I don't have an actual meter on me right now.
There's a buy bottle. Or you better purify, reverse.
Right. But
stuck in this currency.
Oh, what you jamming?
Reagan era.
Oh, bro.
The video,
currency is currency's a monster, bro. People don't realize that.
I love his shit that he slept on, like this, where he's really spitting, and it ain't even his beat. I love that because it's like when Cassidy gets on there too. He'll come in and just, you know what? Let me just beat the hell out this beat.
Right?
Let me Mike Tyson this one time.
Yeah, I like when Currency spazzes on a beat. Like,
yeah. When he's really feeling it.
Yeah.
Because I like that. It takes him back to what he's known to do. Instead of just, I'm high, fucking delicious. Everybody buy it. Wiz Khalifa.
Now, folks, I got something to tell y'all. I know I've been against the whole medical card movement, but to save yourself some sales tax
And a hassle.
and the hassle, and to get like first in line service,
Yes.
I would recommend that you become a member of CannaSense, and I'm gonna get to telling y'all what that is actually,
That's
because
CANNASENSE.
CannaSense.
Oh, okay.
CANNASENSE. That's CannaSense.com. I do have a Instagram post up that has our reference number up on there right now. What you do is you'll become a member. Now, becoming a member entails a certain amount of things, and I'm going to let y'all know exactly what that is right now. So, if you sign up under my reference number,
Yes.
to become a member, it's one-time
fee.
$420.
Okay.
Now, I know that's expensive.
But what do you get?
You get access to the apothecary. You get a
Okay.
patient ID card, so you actually do get registered as a medical marijuana patient. You get a monthly minimum of $25 to qualify for product purchase commissions. Commissions. So if you get folks to hook up with you, you can get some cash from them
Yeah.
for doing it. That's another
Man.
couple of pre-rolls, an eighth.
I mean, how can you be mad?
Some shatter. You get commission for sponsor referrals. So you then can sign up people if you sign up, become a member, and get some money from it. Then you get discounts on all medicinal products through the CannaSense store. And you also get a commission for patient purchases as well. So this
there you
really
go.
pays off.
Yes.
Now, I've seen the CannaSense videos online.
Okay.
I've seen the unboxings and everything like that, and they really do. They send you, it's like an ounce, and there's some accessories, smoke papers and this and that,
Yeah,
da, da, da.
yeah.
But for your membership for your first time, that's what that $420 entails. So you'll get a
Okay.
doctor's recommendation because you'll get a video, like a Skype call,
Yes.
from a doctor out in California. You'll get your recommendation from that doctor.
Okay.
Your recommendation comes with all your paperwork, and then they'll send you a card and your medication in a very discreet package. No red flag terms if you paying by credit card, because you can pay by credit card.
Okay.
And so use our reference number. Link's going to be in the description of the podcast. It's going to be on iHeart. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Instagram. Please, 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 if you actually support this, you're really supporting us in a really big way.
Yes.
for-
Every step matters.
So, you know what I'm saying?
bit, folks.
I know I was against it until I said, oh snap, I'm going to save how much? Now, how much is Nevada sales tax? Because I thought it was 10%, because
I've read it on Nevada.gov. It's 15 for recreational, and it's 2% for medical.
now, is it 15 in total
Yes.
for,
In total.
I'm talking about, is that 15% from distributor to sales? See what I'm saying? Because then, like, my sales tax was not 15%. That's why I was like, what? 15? Because
It's probably because of how small it was.
okay, because
It might be, you might really feel it on
higher,
yes,
higher amounts, like
quality
ounces, and the higher quality.
yes, from, I don't know, I say 8 and up because
Well, I
the
got
lavender was 45, which I'd say is cool, expensive but cool. But then you hit with the $10 tax on it.
okay, so it's 45 pre-tax.
What is this?
So it's 45 pre-tax,
Yeah,
and then once you so $10 in tax.
yeah.
That's
Plus a little change, but
That's
they usually
10%, bro.
just round it off.
It's 10%.
Yeah,
So 15. That's got to be Dis-
all around.
yeah, kind of like the distributor, this and that, da da da. What they're getting taxed, because our tax couldn't have been that high. My lighter went behind.
No? Oh, got it.
Shout out to Lighter Bro.
I left mine in the house.
But he still has one,
Yes.
goddammit.
What a big giddy. Because I burnt up every other lighter I have.
Bro.
You know what? Flick, you're big. Don't steal mine.
I'm a clipper collector. So.
I like collecting pictures that catch you. Kind of like when you buy a comic book or an old record.
Like right now.
The design gets your eye.
Right now, I'm in my cookies phase, so I'm trying to get I'm getting all the cookies colored ones.
Okay.
But
I noticed that.
it's because it's a strain I can now actively get.
Yes. I mean, you can't go wrong with cookies. You can't.
Now, my question to you, sir, is:
Out.
would you, if you had
Wait.
access to a cookie seed,
I do. I have a few.
separated, you know what they are, labeled, ready to rock and roll?
I got Girl Scout cookie seeds from when I went to Cali.
Sir, Elevated Gardens.
Sherbet. I have cookies. I have the green cracker I'm working on. I have Blue Dream. I have, I want to say Lemon OG, some outdoor.
You had a layer there.
No, that wasn't that. I didn't get that shit till later. But I doubt that's what it is.
Now that
That's
we're,
just what I was told.
now that we're in our stride and we're actually, in the works of
Yes, I told you we
looking
have
for
flavors.
people and things to help out with this process. Like I said, I got a friend of mine who's willing to start a bucket process as soon as we get that one going. That'll be the Elevated Gardens Rain Man inspired Space Bucket Micro Grow.
That gives me an idea. You know where I'm right.
But we've got a few things in the works. I think now I want to, at the end of all this,
Yes.
be able. Now, see, I hate that there's people out here who are growing cannabis that we're starting to connect with, who are getting called names like pollen chunkers.
I've seen that.
I find that offensive only because that's what we're meant to do, even as people, is evolve.
Yes.
And I think that you taking the time out of your day to grow a male or flip the process to a
Really
hermaphrodite
put the time into
and
it.
putting the time in to make your favorite strain and then mix another one of your favorite strains and
Or
see
even
what
just
you
out
can
of-
get.
Even just out of curiosity. I mean,
Yeah, or just
that's-
expanding.
That's the art of growing.
That's why this kind of elevated lifestyle, our
Yes.
brand, is important to us, because that's our goal, is to always educate. And
Yes.
educate means to teach even yourself, even to just experiment, try out new things.
Like they always used to say, every day you learn something new.
Dog. And if
And
you're
if you're
not
really trying not to, that's just pure ignorance.
right, and so when you're trying on purpose to
not-
grow a new strain,
Yes.
I applaud you. You don't know what's going to happen. Not until you get it tested. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
But
until you smoke it personally.
exactly. Until you- that-
It'll fit.
what do you think I'm talking about when you get it tested?
The lab.
Well, lab
Get your
testing,
numbers. You
lab
can get
testing.
your numbers, folks.
You can get your numbers, but
It never hurts.
and also just personally, you know what I'm saying? Once you take a drag
Oh,
of that,
yeah.
you take that first hit, and you let that high ride out, and you just let it go to the face. You know what I'm saying? That's
we got
what,
a gas mask one day.
bro.
I never did it.
You know what? I would gas mask. I'll do it one time. Only because I think I'm at the point of where
Your lungs are abused.
I need. Look, check this out. I love you, man. I love you. That's why
need
our
that,
next
but-
smoking session is going to be out of a smoke, because we're going that all natural wood, and then we are going to go to Las Vegas Locals,
Yes,
a
produced
Las Vegas produced.
product.
Oh my gosh!
Cheap.
You can contact them at www.congraps.com and smoke like a king. We're going to smoke out of some Kong wraps. And yes, people, CBD infused hemp, all hemp.
Non-tobacco, folks.
Now, even though Dutch Masters were looking for you,
We still medicate in all forms.
we
In
still
pipes, papers,
healthily take a break every once in a while
and medicate.
and medicate, and we get right. And
That's what we're doing right now.
so that's what we. Well, first off, we're gonna load that smoke up because that smoke is the fucking business. Shout out to Smoke a Pipe. The man is a
I
genius.
can already feel it. It's gonna be a choke. Killer rope.
That
Kill
killer
yourself.
rope.
Choking.
Folks,
You should say that what I told you earlier.
Shout out Devin the dude. Up in my doobie ass tray.
see, that's where you get that Texas influence from, though. Listen to that Devin too. Even though he's a stoner,
Yes.
like you can't deny he's still. Devin the dude's like if Pimp C became a stoner, because he uses the melodies and the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He sings, but
I'd
he
say
raps.
He's like
Sleepy
Texas's
Brown.
Burner.
Yeah, he's the Texas version of
Slow,
Burner.
Mellow.
Well, no, I think
Robbie
Burner
B.
is the California version of Devin the Dude.
Both
Let's
ways.
pay
I say both
homage.
ways.
Let's pay homage, though.
Yes, yes. Devin did have it. Way before. Explosive.
Bro, I'm telling you. But,
Oh, yeah.
uh-oh.
Smoke
Smoke.
out of that oak.
So, our resident chef has a question for me.
Yes.
Young lady, what is it?
Not really a question.
What would you like to discuss, young lady, when it comes to cannabis growing, real life, and all other things related?
I find that I bought one of those blue bottles. I forgot the name of it just a second. Of a pesticide spray for like your mites, and your aphids, and your all this stuff. But it's supposed to be an organic green one. And it supposedly doesn't do anything. It doesn't have nothing in it. It's just organic, like supposed to make them leave or whatever. But I found out the most way to make them leave and to like do it to where you're not like harming your plant or putting anything, spraying anything on your plant is by using praying mantises or ladybugs, and you can buy them in bulk. You can even buy the little cocoon egg that you put at the base of your plants, and like hundreds of them will come out when they finally hatch. And
That's kind of odd.
you can
Oh, it's cultivation?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
What the
can
fuck?
save them for a long time, the eggs, until you get them wet to hatch
Come
them.
on, plug.
So, yeah,
Plug
but it's
it.
the most organic way I found to get rid of pests in your garden.
So,
because
folks,
they eat everything.
if you grow cannabis and you like bugs in your house
No,
in
you
your
put
space
bugs
bucket
in your, yeah,
or in your garden,
yes, in
but
like
they're going to be in your house
Yeah.
because your space bucket's in your house. It's not sitting outside. It's in your house.
You could.
But it's a contained area. It's
Yeah, it's very not ideal. Not out in Vegas. I'll tell you
Well,
that much.
no.
Hell no. Don't be sitting no space bucket outside in
no.
Vegas. You might be able to get away with that shit in Seattle. You know what I'm
the
saying?
space
Like,
buckets are all sealed
Folks,
up.
we are taking all donations on all bucket sizes, please.
okay, peep game. Talking about buckets.
Yes.
But if
5
you
gallon.
do a fan, right? You don't you have to cut a hole in the side of the bucket to do the fan?
I'll show you the design of
You
one.
have to put a
You will
screen
see.
piece up so that way the ladybugs don't get
That's
into
why we
your
need
fan.
bucket
Otherwise,
donations,
it'll
folks.
actually suck them in there and kill them.
Well, the fans that you use would be an intake fan and didn't want to be an exhaust fan, so there's going to be air going in and out. It'll just circulate.
Yeah.
So they'll be in
well,
a perfect environment. But the
Okay.
way they're built, there are
'cause
screens inside.
I've seen one person who had an indoor grow, and he had a whole room, and he had like, you know, the legal amount of plants, everything else was cool. But I've seen him use ladybugs, and it actually did work. But the only thing that was the thing is that they were getting into the fans, trying to get out of the thing you have them in. So the netting actually really works to keep them inside of it. And they're easy to pick off before you dry everything else, when you flour everything else. They don't eat the plant, they just eat the bugs.
So, folks,
Got
a quick little couple seconds. We're coming back to a quick discussion of the new way of networking. Now, like we said on the Independence Day special, I'm a little older, but I'm on the tech side.
Yes.
So I understand hitting folks in their DM. If you don't respond, you don't respond. If you do, cool, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Then you pass that right back this way. You ain't skipping me, goddamn. I'm playing with Twitter. I have found, and this is how we've gotten our sponsors and things of that nature, is by using social networking as networking, and not just being a bunch of dummies out here showing off on Instagram. We're showing real life in a multitude of ways. If for some of y'all who actually follow my
documentation,
right, and we're documenting. If you follow me, then you've probably gotten to connect with me. Versus, and you have to ask. You have to ask for my personal page. And so if I recognize you from, like, hitting us up on the podcast and showing love and connecting that way, and then you hit my personal, you know what I'm saying? We're good. You've at least heard my voice. You've at least heard Stack's voice. Yeah. You've at least seen what we're doing on the gram.
Way, shape, or form.
You know what I'm saying? You know we're not out here trying to be dumbasses. You know we're out here documenting our journey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is some real shit, and we're trying to keep it that way. And we're really trying to come in and use the quickest way of communication. For me, it's sliding in the DM. For Stacks, it's kind of old school, which it should be reversed because I've got...
Yeah.
What, 28 now?
Yeah, this year.
I was 6 when he was born.
Yeah.
All right? I'm his big brother. I'm that one cousin who came over talking about, hey, yo, David, you want to smoke some weed? And he's like, man, I already been smoking.
You want to go outside?
Hey, let's go outside before we hit this Thanksgiving dinner real quick, my nigga.
Man, I just dropped my lighter somewhere.
Right?
Shit, you got one?
But, so we're trying to connect with folks in this new way, and our next portion of this podcast, we'll talk all about that while we're taking a smoke and taco break.
Yes.
Like we said before, folks, stoners got to eat.
Fajitas. Steak fajita.
Check this out, man. I have to eat, okay? Eating gets me through everything. Like depression and watching Wally while I'm stoned. Don't do it if you're an emotional motherfucker. Don't do it.
No. They fucked me up on Logan.
Were you high as shit though when you watched Logan?
Yeah.
So it fucked you up like, no, they just did what? And then hold on, how is he back already?
Because I grew up with Wolverine as my favorite out of everybody.
Wolverine is my
He was
nigga.
badass with the knives coming out of his hand. Like,
now he old and shit.
No, not the old part. I didn't even trip on.
No, man, he old and shit.
Before
he's supposed to regenerate and stay young.
Exactly.
Goddammit!
How the fuck did you kill him off? He's supposed to regenerate.
You cannot.
You can't.
Marvel.
Kill him.
If you don't bring him back in the classic storyline to really like in the old storyline to where like he came back from the nerves and he just explained that whole process of like how painful that was. Remember that I know you remember that comic book series where he actually
just
died.
Like with Freddy vs. Jason from Bones.
And he had to come back and he come back by fighting all his demons. But while he was doing that, he was actually regenerating in person.
That's what they need to do because
that's how Logan needs to fucking. You don't kill off goddamn Logan.
I mean, the daughter was savage as fuck.
Dog.
I love her. She was savage. But you can't kill Wolverine.
You can't do it. And we'll talk about that here in a second, y'all. I'm Drewski.
I'm Stacks.
This is our resident chef. No? She's not going to say nothing.
Well, hey, tune in.
Part 2 coming soon.
Or tap out.
smoke
something.
one time.
Dre Day, 17. Feeling myself.